He's gonna lose
sleep.
He's gonna lose his license.
Go to bed.
He's just
You're a child.
Yeah, he does just
You are a child.
a real doctor.
I know. He's like one of those Florida doctors that you go to.
We were calling a bunch of people in. Opinions were flying about. There was at one point like 10 people in the room, all in a circle, like smoking weed, just thinking about this. And I asked the question: so is Dr. Mario a doctor? And
false equivalence, but it's
I wasn't saying that. I wasn't saying that it's the same thing. I was more just asking that question, like kind of in the realm of whatever.
Yeah.
Because he's called a doctor. Does that make him one? And
he also has pills and a thing on his head.
Yeah. So then we got into the argument of whether or not Dr. Mario is a doctor. I'm curious to hear your guys' input.
Well, yeah, he's Dr. Mario.
Yeah, I mean, look, I'm not gonna fucking shake a man down for his doctorate degree, but if I go to Dr. Mario's clinic and I say I have syphilis, heal me.
I expect it to be healed.
I expect him to give me a pill for that.
I see.
And a big old fat pill.
Big fucking pill.
So you don't think that in being when we say a doctor, it implies a person, which Dr. Mario cannot be.
Doctor is a title, and that's why you can put it on your driver's license, and that makes it different from being like Streamer Ludwig. It doesn't say Streamer Ludwig on his ST.
Well, it's a doctor. It's a title you earn.
But it'd be nice.
That's what I'm saying, and he has earned it because it says
in the
it.
Mario universe.
But I could also lie and say I'm a doctor, Starbucks girl.
Yeah.
You'd be lying.
But she has to pretend she has to take my claim at like face value because that's how we have to live is trusting human beings. So we have to trust Dr. Mario.
I trust Dr. Mario.
Wait, okay, so we're not actually having an argument. Okay.
No, I'm saying that you
can't. But that's the problem is that doesn't make it right.
What
Also,
I'm
not arguing if he went to fucking school.
He's a doctor because he's called Dr. Mario.
He may have gone to school.
Yeah. So my argument why Dr. Mario is not a doctor seems like I'm 3-1 here, which is what I was in the room, but I turned a lot of people my way. Was in order to be a doctor, in the definition of a doctor, you have to be a person. Dr. Mario, which is fictional, cannot be a person. In the same way that if
there's nothing in the rule book that says a dog can't practice medicine.
Also, Italians are people.
Animals are people. That's funny.
Yeah, I got that first.
But
wait,
perhaps the Dr. Mario you're thinking of was maybe in some way not necessary. Okay,
that's straight from Shigeru Miyamoto.
My argument. Oh God, but my argument is not that he didn't earn the doctorate. I think in the Mario universe,
that's what matters.
No, my argument is
you're such
that
a dumb motherfucker. Sometimes,
if you think of a doctor, right? Think of one right now.
No.
Okay, we're not having an argument. Fuck this. I'm fucking done.
I'm not gonna think.
Are you saying it because Mario's not a human?
Think of a doctor, right now.
Yeah, I got one.
Tell him no.
I have a doctor in my head.
That thought is in reference to a real thing.
It's actually Johnny Sins as a doctor.
So you're saying
not a doctor.
So you're saying that every fictional character just should not be doctors because they're not real?
That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying they're fine to be a fictional doctor. But
yeah,
they are not
no one's
a real
arguing
doctor.
that Dr. Mario isn't a real doctor.
But that's what I'm saying.
Telling me
when you
Dr.
say
Mario
I'm going,
then you're saying, oh, Mario, he's not a real Mario.
When I'm saying I'm going to the doctor, I'm not saying a fucking not real doctor. I'm saying a real doctor in the universe we live in.
You're just on. Wait. I would call you an idiot, but you're actually just on a level that I'm unable to access.
I see.
And
that makes sense.
I'm just not there.
Dr. Mario isn't a doctor because he can't be your doctor at the clinic.
Is that what you're saying?
Is that what you're saying?
What I'm saying is that when you use the word person in the confines of our universe,
so bad.
you have to be a person who earns a degree by going to school in the material world,
real world,
not an idea. And my point I was getting to is if you think of a doctor, right? Your thought is in reference to a real thing, a real doctor. But your thought is not a doctor, even though you are thinking of one. That's the same as Dr. Mario.
So
it is not real.
You're talking about the abstraction of what we call something versus what something actually is.
Yeah.
And just this is a postmodern idea of the idea that language cannot accurately, at the end of the day, ever represent the real because it just can't because they're words and it's sounds.
But we make the assumption that they do.
Because we have to, because that's how we have to communicate. There's a poem by Mark Doty called it's beautiful. I forget what it's called though. But this is a postmodern idea. It's been around for a long time, and
which is actually exactly what I said in the room. I said this is what we're arguing has been argued for thousands of years.
No, just like 100.
Wait, really?
Yeah.
I feel really that's
postmodernism. Like there's the Platonic idea of a chair is a chair, and I guess you can kind of tie that in, and it goes back to it. But this specific idea of language being ultimately flawed has definitely been treaded ground for the past 150, 100.
Top
50.
5 slime smart moments.
This is the only thing I know.
I still stand my ground on the Dr. Mario thing. I think the
I mean, you're technically right, but it doesn't matter
Mm.
because being technically right in a postmodern sense just means that nothing means anything, and you just stand there until you die.
no, but my argument was the opposite. Not that nothing means anything. That was
I know,
that was
but
Dan's argument.
ironically, that's what you kind of circled back to. Either way, he's a doctor. I believe him.
I believe him too.
I would let him do things to me, doctor wise.
You would let him look at your asshole
Yeah, if he wanted to.
if he's a doctor. We trust them.
I don't even think he needs to bend over.
Do you think he specialized, or do you think he's a general practitioner?
I think he's an oncologist.
I bet he has just like a doctorate in like English.
Oh, Dr. Mario, but
Yeah.
he's capping?
Yeah, and he's not a
And
doctor
he
of
just
medicine.
wears the coat.
Yeah.
He just
I
has
mean,
a PhD in some bullshit.
honestly, if I'm a doctor and some fucking douche gets a doctorate in English, we're not. the
Here's
same.
my real
Yeah,
real
of course
question: Are chiropractors doctors? I don't think they earned it.
I don't know
They're
enough
literally
about
not,
chiropractors.
unless
Are
they
we-
have a doctorate, but they probably don't. I think you don't need a doctorate to become a chiropractor.
you don't need
What do
a,
you need? I feel like
There's a school.
chiropractors had the opportunity
you
to
need
kill you.
a bone degree.
I think there's like a,
You need a degree in bones and blood.
Degree in bones.
I think it's like the
That you
same
get
school
from
that
person
like
school.
hairdressers
Money.
need. There's like a school for
There's no
chiropractors.
Estheticians. But it's all a meme.
Aestheticians? Wait.
Estheticians. Esthetician.
He's using words and he was smart before, so I'll go with him.
I got credit now. Got momentum.
He's got street cred.
So the thing about being a hairdresser is that you need to kill a guy 1st
Uh-huh.
and you need to steal their hair.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you need to be dressed in their hair,
Yeah.
and that's how you earn the
That's how you-
title.
More wheels or doors.
Wheels, 100%.
I don't.
Oh, are we doing this thing?
I feel like
I said wheels too.
Yeah, it's wheels. It's easy. It's wheels.
isn't a doorknob a wheel? That's the big argument.
What?
That is.
Oh, that's new.
Why is this?
That's new.
Why is this an ontological argument now?
No,
It shouldn't go that way. We
Oh,
should just talk
Mr.
about.
fucking Dr. Mario isn't a doctor.
He-
You
okay.
got dragged.
No. So many people came to defend me, and there's so many arguments on my side too.
Dude,
Fuck you.
You got
dude,
I got everyone was like Nick Stock down.
Hey, shut up! I got an entire paper written from a guy who wrote. He's like, I wrote a paper on this exact subject, and you are correct.
I also got that telling me people I was correct.
My point is not that I'm right. My point is that I am not so wrong.
It's not that absurd.
Dr. Mario's a doctor.
Done deal.
What does he know?
He did let a guy tattoo
Calm
you.
down.
Yeah,
okay,
right.
you're right. Dr. Mario, he went to school. He got his medical. It's all good.
He
Man.
has a PhD.
So is Garfield. Yeah.
He was trying to impress Peach,
Yeah.
and he went to school 4 years.
You know,
he's in
that
debt.
shit was for Daisy. You know that shit was. Peach didn't want that shit.
He's an OBGYN.
Yeah, that's right. Dr. Mario taking a look.
He's throwing those chlamydia pills.
Getting his gloved hand up there.
As someone who's had gonorrhea, that is about the size of the pill that
Oh,
they
he's
give
got
you.
Dr. Mario
Our
over there.
boys right here. I'll hear
Oh,
no
oh,
Dr.
that's
Mario slander.
Well, Pikachu too. It's just Dr.
A
Mario.
wheel's a wheel. You know what a
yeah.
wheel is. When you see a wheel, you know it.
Did you see?
You know?
I sent
I
you
agree
what
with that.
so
agree.
Sam in the Discord, my friend, he med student, he's having a late night shift, but he doesn't have a lot to do because he's in the I think the OB unit. So he's like basically waiting for somebody to give birth, and he doesn't have anything to do until somebody gives birth.
You better get to work then.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You need to drum up some activity in this
Hey,
wing.
one of you ladies get it going. And he's just like, if anybody has any, he does this in my channel in the Discord, by the way. I don't know why. He's like, if anybody has any questions about, medical school or like the field right now that I can help answer for anybody that wants to go this route, like, just ask him in here. And then somebody, like the fifth question is like, do you think Dr. Mario is a doctor? And then he's like, as long as he over prescribes oxycodone, he's a real doctor in my book.
I was reading comments last week. One of them was like, because we were talking about chiropractors, and a lot of people chimed in like, chiropractors actually they like do a lot of schooling and like they're legit. I'm
I
like,
was saying
okay,
they weren't doctors.
cool. Sorry.
If Mario's not a doctor, chiropractors aren't fucking doctors.
On God.
That's what I'm saying.
And then Mango went, and then he loses, and then he doesn't get the ranky ones, and then he starts fucking playing Dr. Mario at Genesis, and then he starts playing more Dr. Mario, and then he played more Dr. Mario again, and
Now he's a
everything's
doctor,
falling
dude.
apart, and now he's just Dr. Mario, and he drinks Modelo's, and he's VTubing,
And I don't
his
know if Dr.
camera
Mario's
broke,
a real
And his
doctor.
Dr. Mario's a real doctor, but it only wins against Puff on one stage, and it's Yoshi's, and it's only one out of fucking any stage, and he can't beat H-Box with Dockley. He can beat Zuppy, which is hilarious. But he can't beat H-Box, and we never get to see the GOAT in top 8 anymore because he doesn't play his goddamn Falco, and he's VTubing, and he's just got big old tits.
I had this thought in the car today, and I was like, and this might be like a really like, oh, everyone has this thought already, and I just had it for the first time moment. But I was driving.
He's not a doctor.
I was driving and I realized Dr. Mario is one because I realized that
Only Chong's Dr. Mario is a doctor.
anyways.
He's a scientist.
Do you think Dr. Mario is a real doctor?
I mean, no. he seems like he's got. I mean, if he is, he's gonna lose.
Go to sleep.
He's gonna lose his license.
Go to bed.
You're just
You're a child.
Yeah, he does just
You
throw
are a
them.
child.
A real doctor.
I know. He's like one of those Florida doctors that you go to.
And there's that kid in Florida.
you don't want to ask any
I
questions.
was 3-1 on that.
Oh shit!
I was 3-1 on that.
This is a lot of points for misogyny. I just want
Good job,
You
bro.
picked the side of misogyny.
Who else aren't?
When
Just because he's got that little thing on his head. When have you seen an actual doctor with a mirror on their head?
Hey, I'm your doctor. I got my thing.
I have a thing from old cartoons.
All right,
Do you trust me?
Take your pill. Here it is. I'm holding it.
it's Mario. He's had a long and storied career. He's certified in other things.
Yeah,
I was a plumber before.
He
that.
doesn't seem like a guy who would cut corners.
Dr. Mario is a plumber who's also a drug dealer.
Yeah, I was a plumber a month ago. All right, time for your surgery.
We're gonna open you up now.
They could add this at a Universal when you go into Mario World, and you could just go to the doctor. And
Sex
then
work.
He's
Dr.
a Mario
Real
doctor.
Dr. Mario.
Oh, that's fucked up.
Real Dr. Mario.
You guys are holding on to that one, by the way. A scientist told you the truth.
That's so fucking annoying.
You guys are coping. Just know that I'm the scientist now, and you guys are the anti.
I should have
scientist.
DDT'd Hank Green in the parking lot.
That would have been
I
lit.
shouldn't have let him got away with
He
it.
comes in with like a cartoon cast.
Yeah, he's got a big neck collar now. He's like, "Hey guys," like, "Yeah, that's right."
Is Dr. Mario a real doctor?
Yeah.
Why do you think that?
She's the first human to say those three answers like that.
Yeah. I mean, we asked a scientist, so I win for the rest of my life.
Why do you think Dr. Mario's a real doctor?
Well, obviously, if he weren't a real doctor, he wouldn't have doctor in front of his name.
Oh, hey, it's me, Dr. Slime.
This is your girl.
Then you're a doctor.
Whoa.
Welcome.
Wow.
Welcome to
That's
hell.
all it takes.